D'Angelo Russell. We didn't mention him until he put his boy Nick Young on blast, the #2 pick.
That's true.
Skip, I can get it. I get it. Lonzo can be special. You believe he can be special? I think he'll be a very good player. I just don't see special and transcendent like you. But we keep talking about him.
Yep.
The dad has overshadowed the son.
Yep.
And he doesn't get it, Skip. He said, now this is what he said.
Yep.
Now, if it's a lie, he said it. He said it in pre-draft. He said it on the show.
Yep.
Hey, that's Magic Johnson.
Yep.
What can I tell my son that Magic Johnson can't? The greatest point guard ever. That's what he said. Now he gets there, and now he just can't stop. They don't know how to coach my boy. They don't know how to do this for my boy. At the end of the day, all I want what's best for my boy. Skip, LaVar, you know what, Skip? You and I both can talk. Magic called him in. He's not going to stop, Skip.
Okay, here's what's scary for me. Again, big fan of the #1 son. Less and less a fan of the father. There is some dependency between Lonzo and Dad that is scary to me because it may come down to the fact that maybe LaVar is the best quote-unquote coach for the #1 son in that he coached him for so long that Lonzo, who is more of his mother's son to me because he is unselfish to a fault, he is laid back to a fault, he is lower energy, right?
Right.
He does not force the issue the way he always should. All the traits of the father, right? He needs the father at courtside because I saw a little different Lonzo with Dad at courtside. Yes. You know, every basket that he scored, he makes a three, and it's all about LaVar.
Is it going to be one of these situations, Skip, where we see these sought-after college recruits, somehow their dad or the AAU coach ends up on the sideline?
Maybe. Maybe.
You remember Danny Manning?
Yeah,
father somehow miraculously ended up at Kansas.
Good point.
Brittany Griner's coach somehow ended up at Bayless.
That is correct.
So, come on, scale up.
Okay. So, the point is that, remember, Magic Johnson went through this with Paul Westhead, and it was Magic went into his third year. It was 11 games into his third year, and he just said, I can't play for this guy.
Right.
I want Pat Riley.
Right.
And it was just, it worked.
Yeah.
Okay. But in this case, I don't know if you could, I'm not sure Luke Walton's going to last with Lonzo because already he's quote-unquote declared war by not playing him in fourth quarters. And already LaVar is at war with Luke. So at some point, you're either going to trade LaVar Lonzo, trade Lonzo to get LaVar out of the mix.
Right.
Because that could happen. Magic is, you want to talk about his own man.
No,
Magic could stand up at some point and say, enough of this.
Right.
Let's just do the hypothetical. What if your man LeBron James next year says, I do want to finish in Los Angeles because I got a home there, and I love the Lakers. We're going to talk about him talking about Lonzo, but he loves the Laker tradition. So maybe he wants to finish in purple and gold. Well, it's possible that Magic would say, okay, I've had enough of LaVar. I'm out.
Right.
I'm going to trade Lonzo to Milwaukee or somewhere.
Right.
You know, like we're going to get LaVar out of here because I'm not sure Lonzo is ever going to maximize who he can be if his father is not actively involved in his basketball life to a fault, but it's just the way he's been raised. He's dependent on his dad.
Skip, and the people, they don't dislike Lonzo, but they loathe the father. And some of that rubs off on Lonzo. So now I don't want to root for the Lakers. I don't want to root for Lonzo for the simple fact of his father. Skip, if you remember when Gloria James, they were at a game and LeBron got fouled real hard. I think it was KG or Paul Pierce.
Yeah, this is early.
She stood up.
Down at sitting in the end zone, like.
Up under the basket.
Yeah,
She stood up and got into it with one of the Celtics. And
sit your.
Now, I wouldn't have said to my mom like that, but I was like, Mom. Then I'd addressed it afterwards. But have you ever heard or seen Gloria James do anything else from that point? No. Lonzo's allowing this. Lonzo's allowing this. He likes it because guess what? He's the man now. Dad, I got it. And that should be the end of it. But until he says that, LaVar gonna keep this train rolling.
Interesting quote along those same lines from Lonzo after the game last night. He said about his dad, he's always going to be turned up, to use one of your favorite phrases. I like his energy, said Lonzo. Some don't. So Lonzo's telling you, I'm fueled by it. I feed off his energy. I like to be around my dad. He loves being in his dad's force field.
Yeah,
right?
I like wearing khakis and T-shirts. But if it's one in Fox, they hell nah, you ain't wearing that on the Undisputed. Guess what? Who wins out? Now, you can talk about you love your dad all you want to, but dad ain't paying no bills now. Don't be a fool, Lonzo. I understand. Love your family. But when your workplace that pays the bill says, look, he needs to tone it down, ask your dad to tone it down. You ask him the first time, the next time around you tell him, because you are your own man, and the Lakers view his behavior as being destructive.
That's true.
They feel it's not helping the team and it's not helping you.
Well, you can't have the dad of the second overall pick constantly criticizing the coach. You can't have it.
No.
Won't work.
Hey, now you keep on. Don't let that Magic Johnson smile fool you. Because I think everybody think, oh, LaVar is just running over Magic. Okay.
Hey, people used to say Michael Jordan was the all-time assassin on the floor. That guy was right there with him.
Don't let that smile scare be fooling them. They take his niceness. They take that kindness for weakness. Magic Johnson is not a weak man. He's a very prideful man. He called you in and because think about this, Skip. When they asked Magic and the Lakers, they had no comment. LaVar Ball, yeah, they called me in. He volunteered that. Okay. Now Magic called you in. Hey, I want to holler at you for a second. Next time it's not going to be like that, I can assure you.
So here's what irritates me and finally frustrates me being a Lonzo fan. There is so much hate aimed at Lonzo by association with LaVar because it's mostly aimed at the father.
Correct.
That anything this kid does gets overlooked and overshadowed by the father.
Correct.
Because I'm going to point out, just big picture, now the kid has played 26 games. Not that many. We're still not even to Christmas yet in this NBA season. So in the first 26 games of his career, he just turned 20 years of age. He's had a 29-point game. He's had a 16-rebound game, a 13-assist game, a 5 steals game, and a 4 blocks game. Those are the indications of what I think will be special down the road.
Right.
23, 24. Can't shoot a lick so far, although he made some last night.
Right.
Did shoot it well at UCLA. Can fix that because, remember, Magic Johnson couldn't shoot a lick his first couple of years. Michael Jordan couldn't shoot a lick outside the paint his first couple of years. ESPN pointed out last night, Dirk, his rookie year, age 20, shot 21% from the three-point line. Next year, he shot 38%. I'm not saying Lonzo will shoot 38 next year, but I bet you'll improve next year. He has to.
Well, yeah, he can't go down.
I got you.
He better not go down from shooting 30.
He will not go down. So he will fix this. But my point is, a lot of people are ready to pounce on bust, like the kid's a bust. And it's mostly because of the father that the kid is so dependent on. The kid is allowing this also,
right. It's getting to a point, Skip, that I dislike LaVar, so anything that's associated with him, I dislike also. Lonzo is getting blowback.
Correct.
What's not to like about it?
I don't know. He's a really good kid.
He's humble. He's quiet. He keeps his nose, keeps his head down, and he goes about his business. But because your dad, I want what's best for my kid. I'm glad he's the only one. Damn, all these fathers and parents out there that didn't want the best for their kid, Joy.
Interesting.
I mean, I don't know why anyone's surprised. He was acting like this before the draft. What did we think was going to happen?
Exactly.
Well, but he said he was going to back off. He's backed on.
Yeah, no.
What do you always say?
Yeah.
I see better than I hear.
Yeah, Skip. Me and Skip, we talk it up with Skip. I think he's gonna do
also,
it.
I think we keep talking about Lonzo and keep calling him a kid. I mean, he's a kid to us because we're older, but I think we keep thinking of him as a kid because LaVar keeps referring to him as his boy, as his son. He's 20 years old.
Yeah, he's grown.
He's grown. He's more than capable of saying.
He paying a mortgage. He's paying his own bill.
Car payments.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got insurance.
Well, it'll be very interesting. At some point, you brought it up the other day. It's like where the Hollywood child actor divorces his parents.
But he's not a child.
He's not a child. He's not like he's 12.
He don't got to get a divorce. He don't.
I bet he has direct deposit. He doesn't get those checks like you do.
I mean, at 20, I
hope he has direct deposit. I hope it's not.
Skip, I like to feel my money,
Imagine
Skip.
Shannon walking into the bank.
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
You still do?
I mean,
No,
I
I
don't
don't.
have time for that.
They told me they couldn't send me the paper check. I had to get direct deposit.
Really?
Yeah, I had.
It's not good for the
I like why? If I'm supposed to get X,